What a day in the stock market today. In this video, let's go over SPY and QQQ. Let's go over the psychological and technical analysis and what we are taking a look at. Let's talk a little bit about Tesla because Tesla did have earnings yesterday, and we have to watch out for these very important catalysts that are dictating the market. So for example, yesterday we had Tesla earnings, which caused the market to drop. Tesla is down 10%, but then next week we have earnings for Microsoft, Google, Visa, Coca-Cola. And then on Wednesday of next week, we have Meta Platforms, Boeing. So even though the technical analysis, again, may look good, we have to take a look at these catalysts. And this was the reason why we had to drop today, as well as yesterday. So I'll be talking about the analysis psychologically, and then going over the news and catalysts so that you guys are aware of. Subscribe with notifications, SundayStockTalk.com, and let's get started. So this week, we did have Jerome Powell speaking, and if you guys actually saw the speech actually got interrupted during the live. So you had some protesters coming into the stream and disrupting the speech. So that was pretty interesting. So we had Fed Chair Powell speaking. The market pretty much dropped. But next week we do have some catalysts. But the main thing that we are watching for next week are going to be earnings. So we talked about on our Sunday Stock Talk and on our weekly newsletter about earnings. So if, for example, Tesla had a nice chart, and the chart may look good. We had this level of support. It closed below the level of support, which was a bearish indication. But then we had a catalyst which caused the market to drop, as well as QQQ and SPY. Well, next week, we have more catalysts, okay? On Tuesday of next week, we have Microsoft, Google, Visa, Coca-Cola, all of them which are reporting earnings. So this is going to be a hit or miss type of catalyst. So just keeping you guys prepared for next week. If you are holding on to any swings, it might be a little bit risky. So now might be the time to actually stay away from the market for 1 week or 2 weeks until the earnings kind of rest down. So we are definitely coming into a volatile week and a lot of uncertainty for the market. So let's go over SPY and let's go over QQQ. So previously we had a nice level of bounce. We had an incredible run up. Okay, we had a lot of great plays. For example, Meta was an incredible play. Roblox was an incredible play, and we had a lot of incredible plays that we have had for the past couple days and past couple weeks. But this week we decided to rest and come back down. So we hit this level of resistance, we filled a gap, and we came back down, and now we are at the level of support. So this is our critical level of support, the areas that we are watching to bounce off of. So we need to be, we need to hold this level for us to be bullish. So we're at this level of support. If we close below, that is going to be very bad. Okay, right now we are still in a downtrend. We are not in a uptrend or a down or a consolidation phase, but we are at this level of support, and we want to see a bounce for us to be bullish. But again, the problem is the technical analysis may look bullish, but we have these earnings catalysts for next week. So QQQ looks even more interesting because it is getting tight. So we talked about on our video, which was the weekly watch list, we talked about how QQQ hit the level of resistance and it needs to cool down. Well, we got this cool down this week, and then we hit this level of support. So critical level of support for the QQQ, and we're taking a look at the daily and the weekly time frame. It is getting extremely tight. So this is going to be the deciding factor. Are we gonna push up to the upside and break this to the downside, or to the downside? So tomorrow is going to be a very interesting day because we're at right at the level of support. If tomorrow we have a red day, it can be very bloody for the QQQ and for the SPY, because then we are breaking a massive trend on the daily and the weekly chart. So let's go over some stocks and some setups that I am watching. So let's talk about Roblox first. I'm still in Roblox shares, and we're up very nicely on Roblox. We're up over 15% on Roblox shares, which we got at the level of support. And we're taking a look at Roblox. It made a nice support, and we're kind of flagging down here for Roblox. We do have this very nice gap above 32. We have this gap to fill, and we're taking a look at the weekly time frame. It just looks incredible. So we're pretty much just chilling on Roblox shares. We don't have options, so we don't have to worry about any of that, but pretty much Roblox does look bullish and a nice continuation for our shares. Next, I want to talk about DraftKings. So I did enter in DraftKings on Discord. We had an entry on DraftKings, and we entered in at the level of support. So we entered in right around here for DraftKings, and then I sold out as I alerted on Twitter for a 60% gain. So the contracts did hit over 100%, but my chart was actually looking something like this, but I did move my chart. So I was going to grab some puts for DraftKings, and I alerted on Twitter or X, but I was just changing up the chart, and I didn't feel confident in puts for DraftKings. So it's going to be really on you, but I'm just watching DraftKings for a potential play over here. So if I draw the chart like this, we do have this level of support, but I can also draw it like that. So I wasn't feeling too confident on DraftKings puts, so that is why I didn't enter in. I did make a 60% gain on net on DraftKings, so I just want to chill with that and probably just not trade it anymore. Next we have AMD. So I'm still in AMD calls that we entered in. We're down on AMD, but we hit this level of support for AMD. So we broke out, and now we're at this level of support. This is the stop loss. If we come back down here, it's going to get ugly. But I do want to average down on AMD calls. Now, the only concern is earnings. They do have earnings coming up, so I'm hoping we can get a continuation or a run up to earnings, but definitely sell before earnings, just like we did with Tesla. We have to sell before earnings. I did play Tesla. It was a bounce right at market open, and it bounced very nicely. So this was the candle that we played, and it had an incredible nice bounce, and we had some pretty nice gains on Tesla. But just like Tesla, when it broke the level of support, we had this massive sell side to the downside. So that is what we are taking a look at for AMD. If you don't hold this level of support, it is going to look bad, but we do want to get out before earnings. We do not want to hold anything through earnings, because earnings is a hit or a miss. So overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just wanted to go over the basic simple update on SPY and QQQ, but pretty much a lot less trades now. We don't have much setups, and then we have all of this earnings hit and miss catalyst, so it's just like take a break. We had a pretty good week last week, and the week before we had incredible breakouts and a lot of great setups, but now we need to chill and to calm down because we have a lot of volatility, especially next week. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and see you guys later.